BitFarming AI review. Is this Bitharvest new website spin-off? Is this finally legitimate? And can you guys earn up to, wow, looks like you can 10x your crypto by staking it here in the next 10 to 15 days. Looks like they even said 7 days. Wow. 10x your crypto within the next 7 to 15 days. All of that and more in just a moment. If this is your first time on the channel, make sure you find that subscribe button. Also click on the bell notification icon. That way you won't miss out on any of this important information that could serve you every single time I go live with new helpful content. Whether you're looking for a legitimate way to create a full-time income online or you are trying to steer yourself away from a potential scam, this information can help you. Also, at any time throughout watching this video, if you're looking for a legitimate way to create a full-time income online, just go underneath this video in the description box below and click on the first link to my website and take action there. So this is the website here, bitfarming.ai. Let's go and look at the domain registration, 134 days old, privately registered November 13, 2024, set to expire in 2026, and they have Cloudflare enabled to protect them. Okay. Website statistics, it doesn't look like they have that much traffic currently for bitfarming.ai, but if they have, more people promoting this, meaning network marketers promoting this in the next little while, then maybe we'll be able to see some statistics. But currently there's not enough data to trigger a statistics for bitfarming.ai. Now I reviewed this, the main company, Bitharvest, and when they came out with their Bit Booster. I reviewed that back in January 13, 2025. I didn't recommend it because it all kind of, sounded like a cock and bull story, because this fellow here, right, calling himself Logan Lee, turns out he is Steve NG, right? And he's a Prudential insurance agent. Okay. Your peace of mind is his utmost priority. He prides himself on a track record, service of excellence and client satisfaction, blah, blah, blah. Okay. You can see up here it says Prudential. So he is like an agent going around. Languages he speaks: English, Mandarin, Chinese, etc. And I don't know if business wasn't too good with his Prudential insurance agent business, his insurance deal, etc. He decided to get partnered up with a Ponzi scheme, right? Bitharvest, etc. And changed his name, or he didn't actually change his name. Didn't even change his name. It's kind of laughable. He just, instead of changing his name, he just calls himself a different name, calling himself Logan Lee. But it seems like the gullible people that they're attracting don't really care what he calls himself, right? He can call himself Logan, Steve. They don't care. They just want to see ROI. But the problem that we're seeing here, why is this even happening? Why did they even create bitfarming.ai? Well, they created it because even though they had a good amount of traffic going into their original domain, bitharvest.io, there was more people, trying to cash out than new investment going in. Where do they get revenue to pay passive income victims? Well, in a nutshell, it's just straight up network marketing, meaning, and it's a website, right? It's just a website. Right now you're dealing with a website, whether it be bitfarming.ai, just a website, and people promoting with an affiliate link. So there's an affiliate program, that's what creates revenue, but it has a network marketing compensation plan, meaning MLM. So the only source of revenue going into the thing to pay you guys this is from people going out and, like you join on the top here and then you go out and get like two people, etc., or three people, and you help those two or three people get two or three more people, and hopefully you keep getting people into the thing. This is just an example, right? This is not their actual, their exact MLM comp plan, but in a nutshell, that is what's happening. You go out there, you join, you get one person into the deal or two people into the deal, and try and teach them how to duplicate, etc. Then you've got like passive income victims. I call them victims because they usually, get an app on their phone and they get a little giddy. They get some of the return, some of their own money back over X amount of time, and they feel like like champions, etc. Because they feel like they're making money online. A lot of them maybe have tried different things and didn't have success for whatever reason, and come into these deals and they're like, wow, we're seeing ROI. But at the end of the day, you got to take out the calculator, right? Most people don't do this part. Take out the calculator, and put like how much you've invested into the thing and how much you've actually taken out, and see if it's an actual gain that you've made. The average person will say, hey, well, we made some gains. We put our initial investment in, smallest possible investment that we could actually invest into the thing. And then we saw our return on the back end, and you asked them how much profit they made. They made like $48, etc., over a 7-month span. And then they're like keeping their fingers crossed, hoping this is the holy grail of investing systems. But at the end of the day, it's just a website, right? This is another one here, bitbull.ai. Doesn't even seem to have launched yet. The same schemers behind Bitharvest have come up with this one, but it seems to be working. They seem to be getting people into the deal, gullible victims, etc., into the platform to fork over their funds for promised ROI. Now, let's go and see the reviews. I'm seeing that it looks like 83% 5-star reviews, but what you need to know about Trustpilot here, Trustpilot's usually bullshit. Either bots, right? A lot of these, this guy just kind of gives, you see with the suit and tie, it kind of gives me the feeling of a network marketer just promoting this, and he's giving it a 5-star, right? But he's just in it for the referral commission. So we're just going to X that out, because it's meaningless if he's promoting. But you can actually tell the bots because there's a whole bunch of accounts. They've only got one review, okay? Verlin Bab could be a bot or someone promoting it. You want the actual people who are, the passive victims telling you the truth. This person says, I made a terrible mistake by letting them have their way and take advantage of me, okay? Other person says, hey, 5-star, transparent. She looks like a network marketer promoter. Andrea says, company is just another well-orchestrated Ponzi designed to steal from the innocent victims. My ignorance has made me put some money on here. I really did lose to them as they have refused to let me take out her funds. This other person says, on February 9th, this platform is pure scam. You need to stay away from it. Other person says, good project, Salman. And Michael in the U.S. says, desist, and refrain order. It's basically a cease and desist order from California securities regulator. I guess there's a whole bunch of ambitious network marketers in California heavily promoting, and they caught the attention of the regulators. That's important, right? They're not regulated. They're not registered with any regulator anywhere. And what happens is, you guys just have to deal with an MLM comp plan. What happens eventually is once network marketing recruitment dries up, either they'll come out with some other deal and hopefully get the first set of victims or second set of victims to invest into that other new deal to keep the Ponzi going, okay? But a cease and refrain order, it says California Department of Financial Protection issued cease and refrain order against Bitharvest. Logan Lee, the fake guy, it's actually Steve Ng, who's a Prudential insurance agent. Lenny Herlin and Jan Gregory, that's one of the promoters, I think a guy originally from Alberta. offering and selling unqualified securities. So it's not really any an investment company. I'm gonna go. We'll close off with this here. I did a blog post on it back in January 13th, and it's a load of bullshit. They came out with these little USB devices that all of the passive victims don't really get. They just hear about it, and they were invested in it like imaginary USBs, and then they were showing people images of mining facilities that was supposedly somewhere in Texas, but they weren't telling people exactly where they were because they said people were going to blow them up, right? Just a load of bullshit, guys. A lot of bullshit here. And then you even had Steve NG, Logan Lee, etc., posing in front of someone else's mining farm, meaning you could go to an actual legit mining farm and maybe you know one of the guys working there and give him some side hustle income money. Hey, can I just make some quick videos in front of your, if they actually had mining facilities, these guys wouldn't even have a network marketing comp plan. They wouldn't even be promoting to anyone. They would just sit back and silently create trillions of dollars if they actually had legitimate farms. But they don't have any farms. All they have are like websites where you can get gullible victims to invest their hard-earned money into the platform, and hopefully the network marketing keeps creating revenue. That's why they can't register with the authorities, because then they would have to be audited by that said authority, and then they would have to prove that income's coming from not bullshit, not just network market. I'm not saying network marketing's bullshit, but it's bullshit in this case because they're saying that it's coming from a whole bunch of different deals, like mining farms, imaginary USBs. Well, top earners get these things and they can unbox them and show you guys, the victims, etc. But you guys are basically investing into imaginary drives that don't really do anything, right? It's just a picture of a drive. That's what you guys are investing in. And now you are invested. You got the ability to, put your staking here and hoping, keeping your fingers crossed, and then 10x is in between 7 to 10 days, right? But then at the end of the day, it's all network marketing recruitment, and eventually, once that dries up, what's going to happen? It's going to collapse, or they're going to have another spinoff, and the top guys that are promoting it are going to promote something else and scheme a whole bunch of other victims who are, you know, drinking the Kool-Aid. Drinking the Kool-Aid, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this content here. It's a picture of me. Been reviewing systems since 2013. Hopefully you enjoyed this content. I surely did today. If I get any more news on the Bitharvest trail of destruction scams, I'll be sure to share. If you are finally, tired of all the bullshit out there, I don't mean the people who want to click on a button and see like winnings, we didn't do nothing. I mean people who are truly serious, right? If you want to click on a button and see magic income coming in on the back end, this is not for you. This is not for everyone. But if you were like me, I used to drive a truck for a living and got burnt out, worked up to 80 hours per week, always away from my home, wanted something legit, came online, plugged into a guy's training, the actual guy's training that's behind this web page here, plugged into his training and followed the instructions on the tin, so to speak. Started seeing little bits of income here and there. Eventually, I got really consistent. Ended up on leaderboards, etc., with different systems. Started making, substantial income online where I didn't have to, punch a clock and shift gears for a living. And if it's awesome, it's quite awesome. If that's something you're looking for, and you're a serious person, just go underneath this video, click on the first link below to my website, and take action there. Anyways, guys, I will see you on the next one.